Hi, it's Becky and Sandy here from McCormick Dementia Services. This video is taking into consideration the person with dementia's physical appearance. So we know that if you look good, you usually feel good, and how you look and how you feel can last throughout the day and have an impact in how others interact with you too. So what we're asking you to consider is what was their preference like for how they looked, how they, were they clean shaven? Did they like to wear scarves and jewelry and all of that kind of stuff? Did they have to have their hair done before they left the house? Did they like to have their makeup done before they saw anyone? Would they want to wear a bra after their bath? Things like that. So think about what the person's preferences were like, perhaps maybe before their dementia really started to affect some of their abilities and their choices and things like that. And you can make that into an activity that you can do together. So like a sensory experience, or you can just perhaps make it into part of your grooming routine together. So as a caregiver, this may be a brand new role for you. It may be a really unfamiliar skill. So if I were to have to curl Sandy's hair and use a curling iron, I really wouldn't know where to begin other than to plug it in. So that might be a skill that I'm going to have to ask somebody for help with. How would I learn how to do Sandy's hair using a curling iron and things like that? So it's okay to ask for help. And you know that the person that you're caring for will probably really appreciate you learning that skill and doing it well and helping with their appearance. So other things that we like to do here at the day program, whether it's recreation activity or just part of their personal care, is to do facials. So maybe on Fridays, they call it Friday facials, and we get a nice warm basin of water. Sometimes we can use essential oils if you're into that kind of thing. And you can make your water nice and warm with some nice oils, a nice warm face cloth, and I can get it out and wring it out. And I can even give it to Sandy, and I'll say, if you just want to wash your face with that cloth. And usually people's immediate reaction when it's a nice warm face cloth is, oh, that feels so good. So sometimes they're able to do it independently, and sometimes the person may need a little bit of help. So I may have Sandy take it in her hand and I may help her, and that would be called like a hand over hand level of assistance. And sometimes I'll just do all the pampering myself and take the cloth. Face is drying from that nice warm cloth. Sometimes I'll offer to brush their hair. And this is such a sensory experience for people too, just to have someone else run a brush through their hair. So I can offer it to Sandy to see if she'd like to brush her hair, or I can say, Sandy, do you mind if I give your hair a brush? It's just part of our makeover today. And if you use humor and things like that, people usually respond very well to humor and being pampered. So I can brush her hair, and again, the reaction people have when someone else brushes their hair, you can see them often relax and soften, and you could brush someone's hair for an extended period of time, and it's just a very enjoyable experience. So once her face has dried from her warm cloth, then I might put a little bit of lotion on my hands, or ask Sandy if she wants to put some lotion on and give her a couple of squirts, and we'll just wipe that into her face. Again, it could be a scented lotion if your person is tolerant of fragrances. And sometimes you can talk about the scent. Oh, doesn't that smell nice? It smells like lilacs. It reminds me of spring, and just kind of make it a sensory experience that way. Once her lotion dries, then it's time for the lipstick and all of the other things. So again, if this isn't in your wheelhouse to do makeup, then you could ask someone for some pointers and tips and tricks, or watch other videos. So I might have some powder or some foundation that I would kind of just dab all over Sandy's face, or see if she wants to do that. Again, it might just be that she needs that cue, and then to put it to her face and start to do that, because that may be a very familiar thing that she's always done, and she's just not able to initiate. But now if we provide it to her, you may also want to put a cloth. If the person's already dressed and ready to head out of the house, you might want to just put a cloth there so that all that powder isn't on Sandy's nice black shirt. That's okay. You know what they say, you can dress her up, but you can't take her out. So the next thing, we usually have a few different shades of lipstick. So I can ask Sandy, do you like any of these? You like that one? Yeah, that'll look really nice with your top you have on. So again, we can offer it to her to apply. We have a mirror, or I could help apply it here. And then once everything's all done, we can show them the mirror and say, look at you, and who's that gorgeous lady? Or if it's a man and you can still do facial on a man, it's still very relaxing. And you can offer to help shave them if that's something that needs to be accomplished. Next, I might ask Sandy if she wants to choose some jewelry from her jewelry box or add a scarf to her outfit, those kinds of things. So just something to keep in mind. So now when Sandy's out and about or you have visitors to the home, they might say, Sandy, you look so nice today, and that makes her feel good. So it kind of has a lasting effect.